Hello Flosstube, welcome to my channel. You're at Creative Country Girl and my name's Tammy, and this channel is devoted to my crafty life. It's mostly cross stitch. There's some sewing involved, some quilting, just the things I like to do for fun, which usually has something to do with fabric and thread. So welcome. If you're one of my previous subscribers, welcome back. Thank you for hanging in there. It's been a while since I've been here. If you're new and you haven't checked my channel out too much, stick around. I'm hoping to get back into a routine of doing these. So a little bit about me. I feel like I need to reintroduce myself because it's been so long. I don't think I've posted a video since June, maybe right after StitchCon. I think that's it. Oh my gosh, that's awful. I think it's right after StitchCon, and September 10th and 11th I was in Kansas City at the Quilters Station Retreat. That was amazing. I have been stitching. I've been sewing. I feel like I have a lot to share and I can't put off making a video any longer. So I am an elementary librarian. I love my job. My license is for K through 12, so I could be at high school or middle school, but I choose to be with the little ones, so they don't sass you back. Most of those don't have attitude yet. It's the attitude that I can't handle. So my kids are grown and moved out, and you know, so I don't have to deal with that. And if I don't have to deal with that, I'm not going to deal with that. But school started at the very end of July, and once school starts, my daytime hours are usually a wash. School just takes a lot. So let's go ahead and get started. You guys are here for the stitching. My husband's not here at the moment. He took the day off work, and when I got home just a short bit ago, he wasn't here. So I'm not sure what he's doing, and I'm gonna try to take this opportunity to try to get a video in. He'll probably show up in 5 minutes. So I knew I wanted to do a video this week, so I started looking. I have a couple of Prairie School Santa finishes that I wanted to share. I can't find them. I put them somewhere safe so that I can FFO them, and I can't find them. So I will do FO's finishes later at a different episode. So we're just going to dive right into WIPS. And I'm going to start with, I'm just going to show you what I've been working on for the past couple of months. And then I'll get into newer stuff that I just started in September. So this is one of the ones that I have been working on for a while. I started this back during StitchCon. I actually started this one night at StitchCon. Let me see if I can find the picture for it. I love this. I worked on it in August, but I haven't worked on it in September at all. It's by the Cricket Collection. It's A Walk in the Woods. I love charts that have the little critters and flowers and stuff like that. So, yeah. I really like this one. I'd like to get it done for next year. I am stitching this on 32 count Belfast. It's platinum by Zweigart. And I am using the called for DMCs. Let me take this off. I've got it in a yeah, one of these things. Q-snap right now. I stitch in hand mostly, but I have a friend, a fellow stitcher that I met in June, and she wants bags made that will fit a project with a bigger Q-snap. So I bought Q-snaps thinking that I just need a couple of different sizes. Yeah, but now I'm using them. So this is my progress. When I got home from StitchCon, I was only about here. So I've gotten the rest of the bottom border done, what's there. I've gotten this done. And then I've been able to go up and start on the RST, get some letters started. So yeah, it's once I get the letters going, it moves pretty fast. But yeah, I really like it, and I love the colors. So I want to get that one going, but honestly, this is probably going to go away now until the new year. Something like that, just because I'm going to leave this out. I have other priorities now that are moving quicker. I usually stitch in season or right before the season starts. Like I started in September wanting to stitch Halloween right away. So my next one is one that I started in March. I started this back in March. I'm getting there. My husband just walked in, so listen to the noise. This one is called Home of a Needleworker by Little House Needleworks. And I am stitching this one on 16 count Aida because I wanted it to be fast. And I think the last time I showed it, I hadn't started on the house yet. But I'm getting there. So I think this winter I'll be doing a lot more on this and getting it moving a little bit more. I'm using all the DMC colors that it's charted for. And I really, really like that one. This one's not going to go too far because I do really want it to get moving. Another one that I'm working on, I'm sure you all know it. I'm a little bit late to the party. I started this at the very end of July, and I don't have a picture of it because it's a PDF download every month. Started way back in January, and I told myself I wasn't going to do it because I just am not going to have time to stitch that much, and you'll see. I really don't, but it'll get done. It'll get done. This is by Modern Folk Embroidery. This chart is called The Fruit of Plenty. It's the mystery stitch. I don't think it's really mystery. It's the stitch along for 2021. I didn't start it until the very end of July. And I am stitching it on 40 count Winter Woolens by Seraphim. Seraphim is now my favorite fabric dyer. It's just gorgeous. And then the two threads I'm using for this, they are both DMCs. The solid green is number 3345, and I'm using one of their variegated flosses, and it's number 92. And green's my favorite color. I wanted something, this 3345 is my favorite shade of green, and I wanted a variegated look. So let me show you what I've done. I stitched from the right to the left. So I started on March, and I'm heading over to the left. So everything you see is, with the exception of a little bit right here. Some of that is February's. But everything that you see is for the third chart of the month. What we got back in, what you guys got back in March. I didn't get it until July. So I love stitching on this. I have been using one of my anchor frames. I like these. I usually stitch in hand, but with 40 count, it's easier on me when I use a hoop. And I really like those anchor frames. I got those, the oval ones, I believe on Amazon. Possibly Michael's. Michael's carries ovals and circles. I think I got that at Michael's. So you might want to check them out if you're looking for that. But the linen is so soft. Again, winter woolens, and I love the color of this linen. I've been looking for more of it, but I can't find it yet. Another one that I have, and I've been working on it, started it back in August, is Love Abide by La Di Da. I just think this is so pretty. Now I am going to eliminate this bottom border, that print. I don't want that in mine. I'll save a little bit of time. I'm going to do everything from the grass up. And I have switched around the colors just a little bit. I am still, this is still going to be a red house. The blue house is still going to be blue. But I believe, no, this, I don't know. One of these is going to be green, yellow, or blue. Green, yellow, or blue. But the red is still red. And I've changed my colors just a little bit. I like a little bit brighter shades. I don't care for the deep, dark shades. Picture Lori Holt's colors. Those are my colors. And so I've got some dark colors, but let me show you here. So my reds are Classic Colorworks, Cherry Tomato, and Cherry Cobbler. I brightened them up. And then, yes, it looks like one of the fronts of the houses is going to be green. And that's going to be Monkey Grass by Weeks. The house that's going to be yellow, right now I have the Gentle Arts Brandy, but I don't think that's yellow enough. I think I'm going to switch it out for something else. And then the blue house is still blue, and I'm going to use Blue Jeans by Weeks for the light color. And then the dark color is Classic Colorworks, Michael's Navy. Everything else is going to be the same. Oh, you probably want to see my project, don't you? Okay. This is stitched on 36 count. I don't know what it is. Do I have a card in here? Mystery linen. I can't remember right now off the top of my head. I can't remember. So this is where I'm at right now. I've got part of the tree done, the trunk of the tree and the branches. I just have to do the boughs. And then I've got the red house almost done. I've got to do the chimney and the shutters and the windows and the sidewalk. And then I'll move along. I think I'm going to keep this out and probably work on this all winter. That's the plan. I am actually holding this. This is something new that I have made. I made it last month just to try something new out. I call it a Stitcher's Housewife. A housewife, H-U-S-W-I-F-E, is basically way back when it was a woman's stitching packet. It was a small packet usually that they would use to create used to hold all their sewing supplies. So this is mine. I found this iron-on patch at Joann's, I think, a long time ago. And I paired it up with some Blackbird fabric I've been saving up. And it's just a trifold. And then on each side there is a vinyl pocket. And then I keep my linen down there. And this one, pause. Okay, I'm back, I think. Yes. So the next one I want to share with you is an autumn piece that I started last month in August. The chart's messed up a little bit. There's some ink missing because I had it in a vinyl bag, and that's why I don't make vinyl bags, because I've had 2 other times I've had charts stick to the vinyl and ruin the covers. I don't know what it is. They've been all different kinds of charts. I don't know. They've been in my house. They haven't been in the hot car. I know a few other stitchers that's happened to. So that's why you're not going to find too much vinyl from me. But anyway, this one's by Autumn Lane, and it's called Autumn Town. And I love it. It's so pretty. I am stitching this on... I'm hoping that I've got the information I need. Oh, I don't, of course. Well, I will tell you this. I'm stitching it on the fabric and the threads that it calls for. So, I started at the bottom like I always do. And there's the first pumpkin in the corner. And it's the shadowing of the pumpkin also. So I really like this. It's just so pretty. So I want to get back to that very quickly. Let's see. Are there any? Nope. This is the only one in here. I have a couple of bags, like I have 2 Halloween bags, and there are 2 Halloween projects in each bag. So that is an autumn project. And these are retreat. So let me share with you some of my Halloween choices that I have started on recently. This first one that I just pulled out is Barbara Anna Black Cat Hollow. Sorry about the glare. This is actually part 3. there are 3 parts of this chart, and I am working on the bottom. I started this chart on the 8th of September. I was in St. Louis. I took a week off from school last week. Not last week, the week before now. It was Labor Day week. Was it Labor Day? Yes, Labor Day week. I took that week off, and because the week of Labor Day, on that Friday and Saturday, that was when the Quilter Station retreat was scheduled for. And so I have family that lives in St. Louis, so I left the Saturday morning, the 4th, and went to St. Louis, spent a few days with my brother and my sister-in-law, and my nieces were there. And then my nieces live in Kansas City, Missouri, like 15 minutes from the quilt shop and 20 minutes from the hotel where the retreat was. So Tuesday, I got up and drove to Kansas City and went and spent the rest of the week with my nieces, and just had fun. I did some shopping, which you're going to see. Just had a fun week. So I started this, and I have really, really worked on this. I'm almost done with the 3rd chart, and then I'll go up and start on the 2nd. But this is where I'm at. I am working this on, it's graham crackers. Let's see, Kitten Stitcher, Teresa's son. This is 32 count jack-o'-lantern, and I love this fabric. It has been wonderful to work with, and I love it, especially for Barbara Anna Halloween. I think it looks wonderful. So I'm all the way over to the right side, and all I have to do is fill in like the grass, the steam for the pot, and then there's a couple of flowers I need to fill in. And then I'm going to move up and start on chart 2. So I'm hoping that I can get this done October. I'm hoping, if I keep making this progress. Who knows? I would like to. This is part 2. Chart 2, that's the middle section. And then chart 1 is the top section. So I really want to get those done. I really like those. Okay, so that's that. And then also in September, I think it was very beginning of September, I believe, I started this chart. Oh, I've got needles everywhere. I've started the Prairie Schooler, When Witches Go Riding, and I'm working on the large one. I started at the bottom, right-hand side, and I'm filling in. I did pretty good progress, but then once I started Barbara Anna, I kind of halted on this a little bit. So I'm doing pretty good on it though. This is Ada, 14 count Ada that I dyed myself. It was white. Sorry for the wrinkles and the thread. I am using anchor floss. I found the anchor floss at Joann's and I love it. The anchor floss I have used barely knots for me at all. My DMC knots all the time. and it drives me bonkers. But this anchor floss is not knotting at all. I absolutely love it. So that's where I'm at. I'm working on the jack-o'-lantern. I've got to finish this border down here, and then I want to finish the jack-o'-lanterns, the pumpkins, and keep moving up. So that's the plan. And I would like to get this done this year, if possible. We'll see. I'm working on a lot right now, so you know, it is what it is. This is one of my newer bags. I believe all of these have spoken for. This was probably one of my most popular bags that at the beginning of September, I opened the shop with them. I might have 2 or 3 that are a little bit shorter. I call them seconds. They're great, but I was running out of material, so I cut it down a little bit. So the bag is a little bit shorter, but I called this bag Witchy Tree. I just love the tree. And it's got a shovel there and the witch's hat. There's no witch, but it just, you know, there's witch's items in it. So it's a Halloween bag, obviously. So I just really like that. It's got the witch's cat. It's got a bee scap in it. Owls. It has thimbles. There's a thimble in it. There are, let's see, there are bobbins in it. Squirrels. We have squirrels all the time in cross stitch. I'm looking for the thimble. I just saw it, but now I can't see it because I'm looking at it backwards. Where's the thimble? Oh, right there. Right there. Looks like a flower, but it's a thimble. So there's a quilt block. There's your spade and your fork. I think that's what they call it, isn't it? Potato fork? Well, that's what I call it. I don't know. They might have called it something different back then. I grew up in the country and we planted potatoes, and my dad would fork it and us 7 kids had to pick them up. So if we wanted to eat, we had to help. Because with 7 kids, you have to feed a lot. Whoops. Okay, so this one I should have showed you before those, because this one I started back in August, and I love this one. I love him. Yes. Oh, this bag is a mess. Okay, this one is by Scattered Seed Samplers. And it is Sir William Black. Now, I have a cat, and his name is Sir Bert Blaylock. It's funny because Tammy Black is the designer for Scattered Seeds. My initials are TB, Tammy Blaylock. And so, you know, she has Sir William Black. I have Sir Bert Blaylock. So anyway, this is my Sir Bert Blaylock. And I've really worked really well on him, getting a lot done. He's almost done. I have used the DMC colors, but I switched it to anchor and switched out the threads with very similar colors. I chose the ones that were closest. I could get those for you. They're still all together if you're interested in those colors. And I am just switching them out as I go. This one, oh, I can't find my card for this one either. You know what I've done? I am switching out how I keep track of my projects, but I haven't finished it yet. So everything is still a hot mess. I am going to keep track of them. I had cards and then I got a book and I was using both of them. Well, now everything's going to be in one book, a planner, and I have to get all of that. Oh, here we go. This is 36 count Edinburgh linen. It's from Fiber on a Whim, and this is cream and sugar. It's just a creamy linen. And I am using 2 threads for this. The coverage is perfect. I don't like a lot of white showing, especially when you use the lighter colored linen. So I love this. And this is an 11 by 11 Q-snap. I have been making new sizes of bags so that a Q-snap will fit. So this is one of my Halloween designs. And these are still available on my website. I actually was making some more yesterday. And it fits an 11 inch by 11 inch Q-snap. I have a lot of fabric wrapped up around that. Fits it well. There's still lots of space left over. And I have this in there waiting because I'm going to start this one next. I haven't decided if I want to stitch them together. I'm seriously thinking at first I wanted to stitch them together on the same piece. But then I started thinking, well, maybe I'll stitch them separately and find 2 oval frames for it to look like an old-fashioned portrait. I have 2 cats, and we rescued several years ago. My daughter was a college freshman at IU, and she came home one weekend, and we were heading to go watch my niece play basketball. I think at the time Elena was in 3rd grade or 4th grade, and she was playing basketball. My daughter was a big basketball player all through high school. And so we stop at McDonald's drive-thru because someone I know might have had an addiction to McDonald's Diet Coke. Just, you know, a friend of mine. I know her quite well. But anyway, stopped at McDonald's, ordered a Diet Coke, and all of a sudden, I'm waiting for someone to come on and take my order. My daughter says, "Aw," and her door opens. It's wide open at the drive-thru, and she disappears with the door wide open. And the person takes my order, and she's still gone. I have to drive around. I know she's trying to get an animal at this point in time. I know her so well. With the awe, she's trying to rescue something. And so I'm driving around with the door wide open. Still, I get to the first window to pay. Hasn't shown up. I get to the second window to pick up my Diet Coke, and she hops back in with a cat. With Miss Eleanor, we have a Miss Eleanor Blaylock. So, this is Miss Isabel Black. So, I will be starting that when Sir Bert is completed. And I am changing the charts a little bit to look more like them. Ellie has a white nose and a white neck and white stomach and white socks. Bert is all black except he has a bow tie. He's adorable, but he's a brat. He's the biggest brat. He loves on my husband, but he hides behind doors, hides under things. He hides under the bathroom cabinet, and he waits for me. Waits and attacks. Bert is 21 pounds. Yes, 21 pounds. He's about that long. Seriously, he's like a miniature Black Panther. We rescued him when he was 3 months old. I'll have to show him one of these days if he'll let me. It's always playtime when Mom's around. So we will see if he will let me. Who knows? And Miss Ellie is barely over 7 pounds. But Ellie puts Bert in his place often. Hi, Liddy. You want to come see Mama? Let's see if she'll say hi. Come here, baby. Come here. Hi. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Sit. Sit. This is Miss Liddy. Can you say hi? Huh? She's my girl. She follows me around everywhere. Lydia was also a rescue. Every animal we have, it's a zoo here usually. You okay? Was a rescue. We have 3 dogs inside. This is Miss Liddy, our second dog that we rescued from the shelter. She was 15 pounds when we rescued her. No, that was Lucy. That was Lucy. Liddy was underweight, but she had this big old belly. She had just given birth to pups. We didn't know where they were. They didn't know where they were. She was very sick, but she came home and she's found a good place, right? Right? She's looking outdoors. There's a window right there. So can you say bye? Can you say bye, everybody? Okay. Go lay down. Go find Henry. Go get Henry. Where's Henry? Go get him. So I'm sure I'll share the other animals eventually. We have 2 other dogs, Lucy and Henry, in the house. And then Charlie's outside. He's a silver lab. And then we have Bert and Ellie. Yeah, the cats weren't my idea. They just showed up one day. The other one I'm going to share, I don't have the chart out because I made a copy of it and I didn't think about it until just now. So it's Quaker Pumpkins by Hello from Liz Matthews. I started it last year, but I made a huge mistake when I started it, and I just got 1 pumpkin almost done, the biggest one on the right side, and it was off so bad. And it was Ada, old Ada, and I didn't like it. It was so stiff, and so I just threw it away. And I restarted it on, I believe this is Floba. What is Floba? It's 18 count Floba natural oatmeal. What's Floba? Does anyone know? I don't know, but I like it. So this is what I'm using for Quaker Pumpkins, and I really like it. I have decided that I am taking off the entire bottom border that says Quaker Pumpkins. I didn't want to put Autumn Harvest, or I love the pumpkins, and that's what I'm going to stitch. So I brought the diamonds up, the diamond border. I call it the diamond border, but it's like a triangle border, right? And I'm doing the chain, and that's going to be the bottom of my piece. So I'm doing it in the DMC colors. That's about all I could say about that piece. That was 1 day's worth of work. And then I put it away. I need to stop doing that. Okay, so the rest of the items that I am going to share with you are from the retreat at Quilter Station, because I am going to continue working on these. Chessie and me, Linda Lawton, Lautenschlager. Linda Lautenschlager is the owner and designer of Chessie and Me, and I have some of her charts. I hadn't stitched any of her charts yet, but she is such a gracious instructor, such a wonderful teacher. I loved her instantly. And what her project, oh, Ellie's here. This is Miss Eleanor Blaylock. She's just a little thing. She's got a white nose and a white belly and white socks and white boots on her back legs. But she's a lover, and she's always hungry because she doesn't eat that much at a time. So we feed our cats 3 times a day because we have dogs that think every food that is put at their level is theirs, no matter what. Cat food, people food, any type of food we put at their level is theirs. So we try to keep all food that is not theirs from their level at all times. Yeah. So Chessie and Me, I loved this project. She had the finished item there. It was just wonderful. It's called Acorns and Crows Stitch House. I have the actual house. I didn't paint it there just because I didn't want to have to worry about it being painted and wet and packing it up and everything. I have paint, I distress, I know how to do all that stuff. So I didn't worry about that. I started stitching immediately. I can't remember what I started stitching on. In our kit, we got a floss card with all the flosses we needed to complete all of the items. There is a scissor fob, a little piece that goes onto the house, the chimney or the roof. And then there's a little needle keep. So all 3 pieces, there's enough floss. We got the linen and we got the flannel to make all of the items. And we received the silk ribbon and the floss keep that was just for us. It's a Chessie floss keep. And then we had about 2.5 hours to stitch and work on this, and Linda walked around inside the needle keep. That's what it looks like. So you can actually put extra needles right here, and then you can keep the ones that are threaded down here. I just love this. So I am very, very excited to get this done. Let's see. I have to get busy on it a little bit more. So this is all I've gotten done. I believe this is 36 count. I can't remember the name of the linen or the company, but it's beautiful and I just enjoyed this thoroughly. That morning before Linda's session, we had a session from, oh, where's my hoop? It's upstairs. It's upstairs, hanging in my sewing room. I'll show that next time. We had a session from Liz Matthews. She presented us with a project that didn't take us much time. You actually didn't have to cross stitch. It was more of an embroidery session. She had printed out, oh, I thought I had the extra fabric here. Wait a minute. Nope. There it is. I hadn't hung it up yet. Good. This is going to hang in my sewing room upstairs. So this is what Liz Matthews presented us. This butterfly and the 3 birds were printed on a different fabric, and we cut them out and stitched them onto this piece that has been printed. And it's a decoration. She included a piece that we cut out, and I put on it September 2021 Quilter Station Cross Stitch Retreat, Lee's Summit, Missouri. And this is going to hang up in my sewing room. But I was actually really excited because I finished this at the retreat. So this, I wanted to hang it last weekend, but I totally forgot. So this is finished and will go up there. She also gave us, this was printed from an antique sampler that she purchased. It's called the Pink Schoolhouse Sampler, and she recharted the sampler, and it's beautiful. I filed it away, which this is my chart shelf. These are all of my cross stitch charts. I'm gonna share how I store them in a bit. But yeah, I just really love this. And Liz, she was so nervous because it was the first retreat she'd done in a long time, but she did great. And it was just, the Quilter Station retreat was amazing. If you can go to a retreat, try. This one, I called it a big ticket retreat. I am finding that the retreats where you take classes from the designers are pricey. The Quilters retreat was pricey. It was very pricey. However, it was worth every dollar I spent. So it was amazing. You know, the retreats where you just go and stitch, they're cheaper because you're not getting products to do kits. You're bringing your stuff and you're stitching. You might get a bag. You might get, you know, a DMC floss. You might get, like with StitchCon, we got a bag. We got an ornament. I think we got a pen. So you don't get a lot for those, but that's fine because you don't pay for that. But the Quilters Retreat Station was wonderful. So the second day, Saturday, we had 2 other designers. The first one in the morning is one of my favorites. I love Heartstring Samplery. I have since I started cross stitching again. And her chart that she gave us is right up my alley. I mean, it was so me. I was so excited. Kathy is my new friend. Hi, Kathy. Kathy was wonderful. I showed up right at 9:30. No, I showed up at 9 o'clock for the retreat. Since I wasn't staying at the hotel, I drove in for my nieces, and I was told that it started at 9:30. So I thought, well, if I get there at 9, I'll have time to mingle and choose a seat and all of that. And when I got there at 9, I walked in, I'm standing at the doorway, and everyone is sitting, and Rita's getting ready to introduce Liz Matthews. And I'm like, I'm panicked because they're starting and I'm not even sitting. Well, right there, the second row from the front, right behind Pam and Steph and Liz from, I'm thinking of Liz Matthews, but the other Elizabeth and Ken Stitch were right there. And this sweet lady right there, her name's Kathy, looks up at me and she's like, what? And I had this panicked look on my face, and she's like, you could sit here. So the seat right next to her was empty, and I am so thankful because Kathy now is one of the best stitchy friends. Miss you already, Kathy. Miss you too, Zan. So, back to Heartstring Samplery. What Beth brought for us was this chart, Flowers for Bees. And I fell in love with it right away. I adore this chart. It's amazing. She gave us the 3 fabrics for the backing, for the pillows. And they are just lovely. You've got some hive there, and then you have pink with bees, and then you got a piece of the blue with bees. Just lovely. And then you've got Lady Dot Creates Chanel. It doesn't say what it is, but it looks Chanel-y thread to sew on around the sides. And then she had a floss keeper, and it's got the name, and on the back, Quilter Station Retreat, and then all of the floss names. And then we got the linen, which was exactly what she called for. Graham Cracker Fabrics, 32 count sugar cookie. And it is lovely. Lovely, lovely. My piece was beautiful. I had a couple of people very envious of the piece that I received because I don't know if you can tell. Can you see the tones on it there? It's just beautiful. But that's where I started. I started on the bottom of the chart, on the bottom pillow. And I wanted to do the fun stuff first. So I've got a couple of tulips and a bee and a bee skep. So I started down here on this one. And it was wonderful. I love this. Love, love, love. So that was Heartstring Samplery. And I've got this together in one bag. And my goal is to have these pillows done for spring sometime in March. So I probably won't stitch on those as much. Meeting Alma Allen of Blackbird Designs was extraordinary. It was absolutely wonderful. She talked about Barb. She's just a lovely lady. Hilarious. Very funny. Funnier than all get out. And we got a nice little packet. Had everything in it you're supposed to have. Wonderful. We got some extra charts that I'll share with you later. But in our packet, we got Delicious Autumn. This is the one I started right away. And then we also got Fall Gatherings. Now, what designers usually do when they design projects for big retreats like this, they will not publish them to the public for 6 months to a year, something like that. So I'm sure these will be available. Heartstring Samplery also. I'm sure they will be available at some point in time, but they're not available right now. The linen we received for by Alma was Wren by Picture This Plus. 36 count. And again, I started this one. And that's where I'm at. I kind of went crazy. I love this. This linen is wonderful to stitch on. And I've worked on it a couple other nights since then, since I got back. So I would like to get one of them done this season. We'll see. Which if I wanted to do that, I would have been smart and chose this. But I just looked at the bag and my first choice was this with the pumpkin. Something about the pumpkin, but this is a cute squirrel. So that's in my WIP pile. Also, so let me show you a couple of other charts we received at the retreat. If I have, oh, here they are, right in front of me. So this was the 3 charts we received from Alma. She said that when they went through Barb's things, they found a few boxes of older charts that that Barb was hanging on to, and she didn't know why. So she thought that she would bring them to the retreat and let us girls have them. So there's that one. I think this was published back in 2002. So I'm very thankful to have this. I think I'm probably going to stitch this sometime in January. I love the big heart on the front, and it's probably going to be a red sampler so that I can have it out for February. Quaker Garden, it's a loose feathers pattern. It's number 19. Very happy to get this. I adore this. And I adore this one too. Garden of Life, it's also a loose feathers. It's number 21. I think both of these were maybe 2005 or 2006. But I just love them. Two other charts I picked up from Chessie and me while she was there. Double Toil and Trouble. And then the other one is Miss Nettie's Needles Usefuls. And this was just adorable. She had this there. And it was just so cute. And I had to have those. So I purchased those. Trying to think what else I purchased at the retreat. I purchased this at Quilter Station. I guess I'm going into haul now. I never got to order Coming to America. By the time I realized it was out and what it was, they were all sold out everywhere. But Quilter Station had a couple extra. And I was able to get the chart. And with the chart came this. So I'm excited for those. Let's see. Anything else from the actual retreat? I did purchase this during the retreat. It's Needle Bling, Ramsgate Limited. It's the Heart and Hand sampler. I like the heart and hands underneath and the alphabet. And Needle Bling Designs Christmas Eve Ride. I just thought that was adorable. These 4 Twas the Night Ornaments by JBW Designs. That's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. I just thought they were adorable. And they come with the charms and the buttons and all of the good stuff. And I think that's it for the retreat stuff. I think there was a couple other shards. I don't know why they're not in this pile. Because I know none of this was in that pile. None of this was from retreat. Okay, so these are just a couple of things that I've gotten in since June. This is Autumn Fling by Lulu Stitches. I don't know if I'm going to get to that this autumn. Summer Band Sampler. Did I share the Autumn Band Sampler? I didn't. I just started that. Where is that? I don't know where that is. I'm missing a WIP. I'll find it and share it with you next time. I want to stitch all of these seasonal band samplers from Little House Needleworks because they fit in the frame. This is the frame that the monthly samplers fit in also. I don't do the monthlies, but I do like the 4 seasonal. So that's what I'm going to use my frame for. Tiny Modernist. I think I ordered these from Hobby House Needleworks a couple months ago. Love these. Summer and autumn. I need to look for spring and winter. This was an eBay find. Birds of a Feather. This was the Christmas Wish Upon a Star Christmas stocking. I love this. I don't know how I'm going to stitch it yet. I don't need a stocking. I'm thinking of changing the layout a little bit and putting like Rudolph before Santa, or I don't know. We'll see. This is just adorable. Small animal sampler. I just love this for spring. And this I want to start very soon. It's by Carolyn Manning. I've never done a Carolyn Manning. But I saw two others stitching this at StitchCon, and they were beautiful. And so I would like to start this. I'm changing the color of linen. Mine's going to be more of a light blue aqua color, but I'm wanting to get that started soon. And my plan is to hopefully, not a flower every day, but at least 3 or 4 a week. This, Legends of Fall by Twin Peaks Primitives. Sarah Comfort. I loved this when I saw it. I would like to start this soon, but it probably won't be until January because I'm chomping to start on Christmas. I just love this. I would like to change it to my information because it has a place for my parents. And instead of brothers and sisters, I'm one of 7. There's not enough room. So I think I would like to put our children. I'll probably put myself and my husband, and then our 2 children. This I ordered from Evertotes with, hang on, excuse me, Modern Folk Embroidery, Red Berries, and I ordered it with the floss. This will be started soon. I love Leo and Roxy floss, so I would like to start that soon. And one last thing, Emily's House by Lindy Stitches. Lindy, her name's not Lindy. What's her name? I just watched Stephanie Webb. Stephanie has a heart for animals like we do. And I love a lot of her stuff. So when I saw this, There's birds and a cat on the top. There's a dog up there, and then down here there's more birds, a dog, a snail. Okay, so I was showing you Emily's house, and my phone cut off at some point in time. Anyway, this is by Lindy Stitches. She's from Indiana, like me, but she's up in Plymouth. But it's for all the animals, and I just loved it. I had to have it. And that, I think, is all of my stitching related items. I have I've made a couple purchases. I search Goodwill, and in the summertime, well, I haven't this year, but I look for old cross stitch pieces, and I take them out and use them for project bags. So I don't have a St. Patrick's Day project bag, so I was excited when I found this guy. Not that I'm going to stitch a lot, but he's cute. So for $3, yeah, and this is a wood frame, and it's square, and I can repaint that. This is an oak frame, wood, solid wood, for $2. I can repaint both of these, reuse them, and use these pieces for project bags. So I can do that for you too. I'm going to show you some project bags. If you have a cross stitch piece, or if you have fabric that you've been saving for a project bag, you just don't know who you can get to make it, I'm happy to do that. And all I'll charge you is the price of doing it, unless I have to match up fabric to go with it or something. But these are some of the bags that I am making this week. Again, here is the, I can't remember what I call this. I can't remember. But I'm putting a handle on them because they're bigger. They start out as a 16 by 16, so they end up about 15 and a half squared, something like that. There is a floss keep. Well, there's a lanyard hook. So you could put scissors on there, a floss ring, but you can get an 11 by 11 Q-snap in there. So there's that style. I have plenty of those. This is a fall leaf version. This isn't on the website yet, but it will be there soon. So this is fall leaves. And there's the handle, and it also has a hook inside. And this is one of my favorites. This is going to be, it's just an autumn bag. Has a handle, okay, and it also has the lanyard hook inside. So there we go. Brenda, if you watch this, I have 2 of yours done. I have your other one 50% done. And then I'm not for sure when this is going to happen, probably in October. But while I was at Kansas City, Rita is the shop owner, and I talked with her one night at the store. She was really good friends with Barb and Alma of Blackbird Designs. They both lived, Alma still lives there, like 30 minutes away. And so Rita has a Blackbird fabric that was designed just for her. She's the only one that can sell it. So, and Barb and Alma did that just because they've been good friends for a very long time. And it is one of their sampler fabrics. And she had purchased extra of it just for the retreat. I adore it. It's black and it just looks like samplers. So I purchased quite a bit. This isn't all, to make backs. I will be listing these on my website soon. If you follow me on Instagram, be watching for that, because I always update. But the coordinating fabric that I got to go with it is right there. I love it. It's black and a tan. It's not cream necessarily. It's darker than a cream. But that's going to be the sampler bags. And I will probably not list these until this will probably be the November bags. I try to focus on at least one pattern of fabric, one fabric design for the month, and then I have my regulars that I usually try to keep in stock. So that will probably be November bags. So watch for that update. Also, with sewing, I was able to work on a quilt this summer. I haven't been able to touch it since July, the end of July. But what I have touched, I love. It is the Prim Village quilt by Lori Holt. And I have, I think, 3 rows. I think it consists of 4 rows. Let me see. I went on a quilt retreat with a friend at the very end of July. Like, we got back on Sunday, and the following Monday was the first teacher day of school. Okay, so each row consists of a row of houses and a row of churn dash blocks. Now those churn, C-H-U-R-N, churn dash blocks are 3.5 by 3.5. And I believe I counted back in July at the retreat, each of those individual churn dash blocks contains 23 little itty bitty pieces of fabric that you have to cut out yourself. Yes. So I did it though. So that's one row. Or maybe it's just 3 rows. Yeah, I think it's just 3 rows of quilts. Of houses. Okay, so here's another row. And then here's another row. And then I had, at the end of the retreat, I had that one row completely done. I was so close to getting the others on. Like, I've got this. I just have to sew it together. Have this. Sew it together. So it's very, very close. But yeah, look at that. I mean, here's my finger. So see how tiny they are? They are tiny. 1, 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 pieces, not 23. That's what I was looking at it thinking, that's not 23. It's been July since I counted. So 17 pieces. 3.5 by 3.5. Do you hear my pain? But it was fun. I just want to get it done. I loved making it. So there is that to share. I think that's it. Plans. I am in my head trying to get a schedule worked out to where I know when I'm going to do my floss tubes. I know when I'm going to cross stitch, and I know when I'm going to make bags. I want to get a weekly routine done to where I do the same things each week, or the same rotation. So my goal is by the end of September to kind of have a rough draft of what I want to do. So as far as my cross stitching goes, I want to have a big focus, a big piece focus for the month. Possibly 2. I'll have 1 and then a backup. Because if I get bored, I would like to be able to go back and work on it. And then possibly have 3 or 4 smalls throughout the month to pop in here and there. So that would be my goal to start doing in October. And then as far as my bags go, I would like to have 1 weekend where I make nothing but bags, work for the business. And then the next weekend I have free time to stitch quilts and do what I want to do. Make bags for myself. So that's the goal, to get everything. I have planners, I have stickers, I have pens. Steph, you would be proud. I have everything I need to do that. So that would be the goal. Saying that, I want to work on Halloween next month, try to finish up some of this, and November start on Christmas right away. So that's the goals that I know I want to do. December, I'll probably still be working on Christmas. And then January, I'll probably start on winter. But I just need to get it all mapped. I did get, back in July, this planner at Michael's. It is a creative planner, which I really like because it is about projects. At the front, it has project pages. So what I've done, I've converted those to basically all of my cross stitch WIPS. And I'm going with the oldest, the ones that I started last year, because I just started stitching again back in March of 2020. So all of my cross stitch WIPS, the oldest one I have would be from back then. So I've just numbered them 1, 2, and I've got all of these project sheets. It has, well, I haven't finished numbering them. I have to do that. And then I'm going to go through and title them and get all of this transferred so that when I'm doing my videos, all I have to do is look at this page. And I know what colors I used. I know what fabric I used and all of that good stuff. Now, when I started doing this, I didn't keep track of fabric or floss very well. So some of the things I'm going to know. Some of them I'm not. So those are goals, and that's what I would like to do. So I hope to be back in 2 weeks, but I say that and I jinx myself and I don't show up for 3 months. So I'm just gonna say so long for now, friends. If you enjoyed this video, please like. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I think I'm in the 600 club right now. I would like to make it out of the 600 club. So, you know, subscribers isn't a big deal to me. I just want to share what I love to do. My husband, I'll show him stuff and he just kind of, he knows that I love to make things, and he loves TV. I love to make things. So that's about it. So I'm just going to keep sharing, keep being me. That's all I can do. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe. If you have a question about bags, feel free to email me. My email is connected to my Flosstube account, but it's also connected to my Instagram account. My Instagram account is Creative Country Girl. Creative Country Girl TB. I can't remember. Flosstube and Instagram are off just a little bit. They're both Creative Country Girl. One of them is Creative Country Girl TB, Tammy Blaylock. The other one is just Creative Country Girl. Right now I can't remember which is which. School does that to me. It just sucks all of my brain cells. My website is my name. So feel free to look that up. Tammy Blaylock, BLALOCK, all one word, .com. You can email me through the website. And that's about it for now. So I hope to see you soon. I'm not going to say when because that jinxes me. But be safe, be happy, and hugs and stitches. Bye.